day. So Kingsley, next slide, please. No, yeah. So this is the agenda of this offboarding session. We are going to have introduction, then we'll hear from you, which is what we are going to go to next. Then we are going to have the graduation skills application, what you do with this going forward. We are going to have the graduation announcement, our technical skills programs, the job board community, which is our alumni community, recruitment partners, prizes and other products. Again, participant spotlight, and let's hear from you again. So this is how this is going to run. It's been 6 weeks, and we just like to use this avenue to say, let's hear from you. And in all saying, let's hear from you, I always say the same things I say at the beginning of the program. I always say wins are things that the small incremental changes that we have experienced throughout our journey. I learned something very, very early when I started my PhD program. Like while others were waiting for, oh, I can't wait to get my certificate and celebrate, I had things to celebrate in every step of my journey, and it made the journey so awesome for me because my eyes was not on the end. My eyes was on the changes that I was celebrating across the way, and it made me have a whole lot of celebratory mood things because I'm that person that I love to say yes, this has changed for me because it helps me to achieve the next goal. And it helps me to achieve the next goal after that. So those are what I consider wins. So let's say, for instance, you came onto this program and your major goal was that, oh, I don't want to have to ask my junior colleague to create a Google folder, to do all those things that you're always calling that Gen Z colleague to do, for instance. And you have achieved that is a major like that. Like we should stop and reflect and say, oh wow, 6 weeks ago I would have already called someone to do this for me, my daughter, my niece, my nephew. But right now I'm even the one showing somebody else how to do stuff like this. So those are the kind of wins I consider wins in every person because we all came into this program with different agendas. And we say, oh, I came onto this program so I can become a virtual assistant with the skills I learned. And we say, oh, I came here because I'm a professional who is not very conversant with digital this, and I've done that. Oh, I came here. I wanted to be able to sell myself to someone, and I've pitched to somebody, and the person has said, okay, come with your whatever. Different things brought us here. And at this end point, it is time for us to hear from you. So how do we run this? You just need to use the raise hand button, and I'm just going to be here listening to you for the next 15, 20, 30 minutes as you please. So if you'd like to speak about your journey, your wins, your changes, and everything like that, please just use the raise hand button, and you'll just unmute one after the other. So over to you. Let's hear from you. How has it been in the last 6 weeks? So who is opening the floor first? Who is opening the floor first? Let's go. Just use the raise hand button. How we go. Okay, please let's go. Okay, great. Austin Onyekachi, please go ahead. Let's hear from you.
Good evening, Doctor. Good evening, I Train Africa. Well, I actually don't know how to express myself right now, but permit me to say that I'm becoming an Iron Man in the tech world. So, um, this week has been a great one for me. It's been really positive. It's been an eye opener for me. Um, I could describe it with a whole lot of words because I've been thinking, I've been wondering of how I was gonna equip myself, like get exposed to all the tools. And to be very sincere, this training has really exposed me to a whole lot. Like things I used to wonder in the past how they come about getting things like this, like the Google Forms, how they manage to do some other things, the designs. And I would say I'm now on the other side. I'm no longer the one that asks a lot of questions. I'm now on the other side. If you talk about editors, oh, come on, I think it's an easy thing to do. It should be an easy thing to learn. Just just put your mind to it, you'll get it done. So how I've applied recently in my place of work, so my boss asked me to help update a list, and it will require me to go around, like meet up my fellow staff members to ask them, okay, do you need any change in this area? What do you want? Are you okay with this? So I thought of it, I was like, instead of me moving around, I decided to prepare a Google form. I decided to design a Google form to that effect, and I actually prompted ChatGPT to see if there could be simpler ways to get it done. I prompted ChatGPT. In fact, Doctor, you did a whole lot with learning how to ask ChatGPT questions, like prompting ChatGPT. So I could have learned how to be very specific. So I actually was very specific with that. And even ChatGPT went further to help me, ask me if I could help present that in a document form so that I could copy and paste. I said yes. And I was able to do that. So I just posted on the group platform, okay, a form was going around, please do the needful updates. So just for me to sit at my comfort and get the feedbacks and effect the changes where necessary. And also, recently I was elected to be a part of Harvest Committee in my church, although I'm the treasurer of my church, but automatic member. So the program will be coming up in November, first week of November. I'm already telling myself now that when the time comes, when the first meeting happens, I will tell them not to bother about the flyer. Don't bother about the invitations. Don't bother about the letters. I'm gonna because in me, I've already told myself, Canva will do this job. So I really like it's been a great whole lot. So even moving forward, there are times we get to go to the bank and we're required to get letters and all that. Canva will do it for me. I will just use Canva to design the letterhead and go ahead with the task. Also, at my current job, I'm thinking of ways to apply the tools I've learned so far. And I could keep going on, but Doctor, I really want to say thank you. It's the decision I made joining this team. It's one I will never regret. Like it has exposed me to a whole lot. And I want to thank you to say thank you to you, to the team, to Kingsley, and my team members who's been helpful one way or the other. I really want to say thank you. Like afterwards, I just am quite busy and engaged. Once I settle, I'm able to get time to go extra or do extra or practice other tools. Uh, Remote job is not foul. But thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Kingsley, I started sharing, so you can stop sharing your screen. Thank you so much for that. And those are the things that gladdens my heart. Um, for every batch that comes, I always say, I think I consider ability to carry out research like the most important mindset shifts that happens on this program. I say because the moment somebody is able to understand that they can get information themselves and they can find out, like, there is a kind of confidence and rest that comes with you knowing that even if I don't know it, I can find it out within the next 30 seconds. I know where to find it. I know how to query to find it. I know the right questions to ask. I know the tools to use to help my life become simpler. There is just a place of rest. So I think it's just become an aura, like a confidence that just happens in the workplace because you just know that if I may not even know what they're asking me, but I will know it in the next 1 minute. Like that is so, I can't, it's indescribable. And I think that shift always happens once people get to the research model, which is a soft skill, which is the module 3. we start to learn about how to research and of course get to ChatGPT and all that stuff. Like I always see that shift in the program. In the first week, people are like, what? I can't find this, I can't find that. People are hustling. Why is this? Like there's a whole lot of chaos in week one. By the time people start getting to week two, they start to like, oh wow, they are learning about digital tools. Then they get to week three and the group just goes quiet. Like it just not quiet, just stabilizes. Why? People now realize that they don't have to come to us to ask every question anymore because they now realize the power that they hold in able to question things. And for me, that in itself is just mind-blowing because it simply means that we have raised independent, like digitally literate, independent people who would have probably few weeks before then have to ask for things that they could find themselves. And this helps me replay my own story in my head in 2018 in the UK, where I had to move my mindset from the African mindset of always, please, where can I find this? Like to that mind space of Google is my friend. I can ask questions. I don't have to ask a human being. Like, I feel like that is the new definition of literacy. Ability to critically think and research on our own is a new definition of literacy. And that is what you just described. So when you were talking about when you realize that you don't have to start going from place to place to ask your colleague, you just sit down, send them a form. And even the form, you didn't have to design the questions. You didn't have to start brain cracking. You just probably talk to ChatGPT and say, this is what I want to do, generate questions for me. Like a task that would typically cost you time, brain space, and all that. You did this seamlessly. And to then think about the fact that the kind of answers you would actually even get, the way you can process that data, you will see by the time you collect that data, you are presenting to, like, let me say, your boss, it's going to be like a pictorial executive, like, and you didn't even have to stress it. You didn't have to probably go and collect as and start doing data analysis by yourself. You will collect the data and the thing has done analysis. Like, it's just so beautiful to see how you will expend the least energy and people will be hailing you because the output is great and you spent the least amount of energy doing that thing. The joy is great. I totally know that. Like, for me, like, I like when people experience that joy of doing the least, but getting the most result. That is called working smart and not just working hard. And every time this happens for me, I just smile. I just really smile. Like things have changed in 6 weeks. Thank you so much for giving us that feedback. And of course, I can't wait for you to use all your other skills in your Avestas that is coming up in November. And they'll just be wondering, what happened to this man? I said, how is he able to do all this thing? They won't understand the change that just happened.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for talking
Thank you,
about
Doctor.
how this has changed you guys and affected you. So who wants to go next? Ajay Pepong, please go ahead and speak. You can unmute yourself.
Good evening, Doctor. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Yeah, I just want to say that I have gained a lot of knowledge. I have gained a lot in this program, and this is one in a live program that I've taken that have given me so much knowledge. There are so many things that I was ignorant of. I thought I knew them, but when I started taking this program and I was playing the video one after another, I began to discover that I was ignorant of so many things, even in the workspace. I just want to say that last week I had an opportunity to interview and onboard some volunteers in my organization, and the approach that I use, people were just amazed. And the amazing thing is that some of these volunteers were volunteering overseas. And when I began to ask them questions like the tools that we are going to use, and my director was asking, how did you came to know about that? I told him that I took a course that I think he himself needed to take it. So this program has given me soft skills that I never knew I could have. There are so many things that I saw young people around me they were doing, like designing flyers. And then the way they were reporting they were writing their report. And I began to ask myself, how do I get to this level? But when I took, I got to that level of Canva, and then I began to discover that, oh, is this how these people do this thing? I was saying that I have been ignorant. I was wondering that, is it a particular type of skill that they are learning, or what are they doing with it? Canva is a game changer, as you said, Doctor. Canva is a game changer. Canva is a game changer. Last few days, people were telling me, how do I write a CV? I said, but well, if you want to write a CV now, you can contact me because I'm a master in CV writing. So you can contact me and you'll pay me some funds so that I will write a good CV for you and I can take you through. So this workplace foundational skills program is a game changer in my life. It has taught me a lot of things that I was so ignorant in. So I want to say thank you, Doctor. Thank you so much. Thank you. And I believe this will take me in particular very far in everything. There are so many, even the softwares, there are some softwares that I've started researching on, and I discovered that if I did not have this knowledge, I could not use them. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, Doc.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And thank you so much. I'm just smiling. And that's always the bad part. And that's why I say that for every time people give testimony, it just helps me to replay my own story. The bad part is it gets to a certain stage that you feel really, you are unable to ask questions because it's, where people like you've gotten to a certain stage that people don't expect you to ask certain questions. So you just keep mute. Like you keep mute because you are expected to know it. And in my case, I went to the UK on a scholarly grants, academic scholar grants. So you are you're expected to know, like, and you're wondering how is somebody even navigating these Google Sheets? Like, it's just humbling, as in, and you cannot ask. And the major challenge is you cannot ask. And when you even decide to go to Google, you don't know what to ask. I always tell people that when people know what to ask and how to ask, even if they don't know, like, it is a good thing. They can go and do it because they can ask. But then I did not know what to ask that I wanted to learn because there was no name. Like, if you say soft skills, like you go online and start to say things like leadership. So technically, this is not what I am asking. But you are sitting down right there, you don't even know what to ask Google. That you want to be proficient in because you have no idea what it is called. And that's one of the most difficult positions to be as an adult, not knowing what to ask, because it's like a child asking, in quote, stupid questions is pardonable. After all, they are children. When you're an adult, you have yourself to protect. I don't know, you have pride. So you don't want to look stupid in front of other people, surely because you are at that position where people already think that you have, in quotes, you have it all together. And it's always like when people now say, oh, so this is how this one is achieved. Are you serious? So there's no even magic. It's like before, I used to think when I see, in the UK, I used to see them have beautiful 3D presentation. When I see animations in presentation, how did this thing happen? As in, I did not know. I just used to think it must have been one very big tech skill that they learned to be able to achieve all these. Like you are playing a presentation and like you design the presentation, everything's supposed to be on the slide, but it's just coming in one by one. You now see animation. I used to wonder in my head, like, oh man, like these people are skilled though. Only for me to realize that God have mercy on me. As in, when you realize that it was not even that deep. It was not even that deep. It was just them having privileged the information and the softwares I did not know about. It is not because they did anything really great. Imagine my discovery, the day I discovered that, okay, I could just find the presentation slide on Canva. I already had graph, and I would just change the values and the graph would change itself. Like, the amount of things I discovered, generating QR codes before, just see, people would design flyers, you'll be seeing QR code, you'll be thinking it's magic. Like, there are so many things that when I started to know them, I said, people have used this thing to deceive me. Oh, do you understand? But I just said, okay, anytime I wake up is my morning. And it just kept, like, so when we were narrating, I just smiling, like, I used to wonder, I used to look at it and, are they doing this thing? Are they doing this thing? But, you just would think it's one big tech thing that they are doing. Are they doing this thing? Same thing with the CV thing. As in, I feel like the moment you see that CV thing, like I think there was Blessing in batch one of WFH. He said, Doc, after I learned that CV thing, so I used it to I used it as in, he said that there was a particular woman who was a PhD owner who was interviewing for a job at the university, a godmother. She wrote the CV. So after she wrote the CV for the man, when I said, Blessing, how did you know this? I said that the WFS course. She was saying, like, let me say, she had not finished the program. I said, do you know that this thing that this woman taught you can turn to somebody's livelihood? Like, you'll be making money from just one lesson of what she taught you. And she said she knew that she was like, the fun fact about that CV is that woman went for that interview. And that after the interviewers interviewed her, they didn't have to ask her that. This is the first time that we are seeing that one of the things that first impressed them before she even got into the room was the quality of her CV. That this is the first time that we see an academic doing an interview that comes to the room with this kind of CV. That's how did you achieve it? And she was just like, that is my, that she just said, that kind of thing. Bottom line, this woman got that position. And this was just one lesson of what she learned. But she didn't just use it for herself. She used it for someone that was able to then use to get at the job she was desiring. And I'm like, it's just a whole combination of things that generally improves your quality of life as a human, even beyond the workplace. It generally improves your quality of life. And that's I always tell people that the money you are able to earn out of WFS or the increased amount of pay you're able to command is even lesser than how it makes you feel as a human being, because you completely feel different. You feel that's the true meaning of empowerment, when you know you can do things by yourself and on your own without having to wonder. And you see that thing that they are saying, international people, small things, they will be mentioning Slack, be mentioning this as if the thing is a big something. So when they realize that you understand all these things, you know about the existence of all these things, you're just looking at it like, see this African that is really, really exposed and everything like that. So it really makes me smile when they see an African that understands the global softwares that exist and all that stuff. So yeah, I'm just smiling. Well done. Thank you so much for learning, because the truth is we are all very busy people. So you could have gotten on this program and still not utilized it. So I always tell people thank you at the end of this program for actually committing to the 6 weeks and learning, because that is where for us true payment comes in. It is not when somebody pays us, it is when somebody have come in, used it to improve the quality of our life. Then I feel like, yes, I did something. Thank you so much. Who wants to go next? Let's see the call. I think I saw one hand raised up now. I don't know if there was a mistake. Who wants to go next to talk about their experience generally on this program? Okay, MBI. I don't know what your full name is. Please go ahead. And it's interesting that we have quite a number of men on this program. It's always not the case in this batch, rather. Please go ahead, MBI.
Good evening, Doctor. Good evening, Kingsley. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Yeah, my experience is similar to what the first and second speakers already said. Coming into this program, I had a lot of other programs that my wife introduced me to, but seriously, I didn't find them interesting. But when she talked about skills for work, I actually found something pulling me towards the program. And when I look at what the journey I've gone through and I look at what I've learned so far, I'm glad, I'm happy, I'm proud that I took part in the program. The other day I was in the office with my colleague, and then there was something she wrote and she wanted to send to our regional manager, and she asked if I could go through and then tell her it was okay. I said, just go to ChatGPT, put it there, and it will give you a professional version of what you have written. And she did that, and she was like, wow. So I had this tool at my disposal and I didn't know how to use it. And I was like, yeah, that's the things we have and we don't know. And there are many more which we have, which you can learn. So she said, she's interested in the program. I'll give her the link so that she gets through to the team, and then hopefully she registers for the next for the upcoming session. Yes, I've learned a lot of things. Slack, I've learned much more. Google tools, I used to see them. I used to hear about them, but I didn't know what we could achieve with them. The other day I sat on my own, designed a flyer, and then I looked at the flyer and I was like, yes, I've done something which I can also sit and be proud of. I showed it to my colleagues and they were like, yeah, we didn't know that was possible. That is so professional. So I'm very, very grateful, Doctor, for the knowledge which you have given to me. I'm very grateful for the assistance, for the help your team has given us. And I hope that this is not just going to open doors for us, it's going to open doors for many others who also come after us. Once more, thank you, Doctor. Thank you, Kingsley. Thank you for everybody.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I'm glad, when you said that there are so many programs that your wife had introduced you to. So when she brought this one, like, okay, let's just try and everything like that. And that's always our aim. I always like, can I just get someone to start first? I say, can they start? Because I know that once they start, they are going to I'm going to ensure that they continue. As in us designing this program, that's one of the things that we ensured. Because for us, learning as an adult, it's not easy to stay motivated. You have work and all that stuff. So while I recorded that course, I was like, how would I want to be engaged as an adult? Like I needed motivation. Forget that, another just I said no, beyond the content. I needed a happy teacher. I needed a teacher that they don't come to the classroom. You know how we went to the university and be wondering, like, I don't understand. Is it me that Cobad is my lecturer? What does that mean? Is it like, what did I do to this lecturer? It's not me that sent you message that you should come and be lecturing and everything like that. Why are you now always angry? So I realized that I always tell people that it was in year 3 I started passing, and it was on the account of a lecturer that she walked into the classroom. I looked at her and I liked that. So it was at that point I realized how much the person that teaches you something has an influence on whether you're going to learn that thing or not, because it was the same chemistry. But I just was dozer in year 1 or year 2. It was more like, whatever, let's just get through with this school. And that woman walked into my class in year 3, first semester. The way she taught chemistry, it made sense. It was so relatable. It was so, like, I felt like, okay, finally chemistry can make a difference in the environment. It actually has something to do with our life. So it was not like the content had changed. It was just how it was a container that was delivering it to me that changed. And she just made me fall in love with her as a person. And you could see that on my transcripts. My grades picked up because I decided to like the person who was delivering it to me. And it's more like I felt I owed it to her to pass. Like now that I think about it, it's like I felt I owed it to her to pass, to make her proud. It's not like she even knew me. Do you understand? I'm just saying. But that is the effect. And in my head, I was like, when I started to teach, like I would leave my problems at home. Let me put it that way. And I would ensure that we make teaching actually easy or learning easy on whoever it is that is learning. And for us, I always say there are some things that we designed intentionally into the program, all the levels of support, community, classroom, quiz, like that was intentionally embedded in the program because we wanted to ensure that we are not just creating courses, because if it's about creating courses, it's just about getting our marketing and sales game up, ensuring that people pay us our next, as in next, but you understand. But for like I always say, the payment for me, I always feel like the offboarding is the payment for me. Like when I hear people's life has really, really improved, and I'm like, oh, okay, yes, now I just collected my payment for the program I created and things like that. And I'm so happy that it's not one of the programs you you just paid for and did not learn. And I'm so happy that didn't happen, that you actually learned on this one. And of course, the things that improved in your workplace and everything. I'm so glad that could happen for you. So who wants to go next? I think we can take one more person at this first part of it before we then go into the other parts of the offboarding program. So Augustine Onyegwili.
All right. Good afternoon, Doctor, and good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, it has been an exciting learning program thus far for me. And though I am still lagging behind when it comes to the learning materials, the recorded courses. I think at the moment I'm around the week three program of courses. But for what I've learned so far, it has really been very amazing. Sincerely, I must confess, I've really learned a lot. I have learned a better way of doing or carrying out certain tasks. Okay, even initially when I keyed into this program, I was like, work fundamental skills. I know for the past 10 years I've been working and I've been using work tools, Microsoft Word. I've been using Word documents, PowerPoint, certain tools. But I felt that there are certain things I know I still need to learn. And that was why I keyed into the program in the first place. And sincerely, in fact, let me just give a practical example. 2 weeks ago, one of my clients I needed him to write a proposal to us, requesting for setting an offer from the company I work for. Of course, I had to guide him on how to write the proposal, and I just went straight to Google Documents. Okay, and I got a template from the Google Documents, a template, and all I needed to do within just few seconds was just to edit certain write-up, use same template format, and before you know it, the document is ready. Ideally, this is something that would have taken me some time, going using a Word document, typing, spending quite some time in preparing. But with the document, Word document, with the template, Google template, I was able to, get a good design, and I was able to, within seconds, prepare a proposal, which the client now signed, and I sent it to the business. So what am I saying in essence is, with the work fundamental tools, with what I've learned thus far, I've been able to carry out certain tasks, within a short period of time, and which is what, unlike before, is something that might, likely to take me some good time off. Okay, so thank you very much. I gradually am going through the remaining modules of the program, and I'm not the way I used to be in terms of being aware with certain certain work fundamental tools. So thank you very much, and all the best to you and your entire team.
Thank you very much, Mr. Augustine, for that. And I keep saying it, the simplification of work, ability to simplify your work and do it like, I always tell people, I think there was somebody that asked me in the previous one that, why are they not learning Microsoft Word? I said, I have moved. I have moved, because why would I have a free tool that can do much more, that I can access from anywhere in the world? I have internet and a device that is connected to the internet, and I'll be going back to the one that is on my system that doesn't have as much features. Like, are you joking? Do you understand? Like, I think all I need to be able to access every other software that Google has is an email. Like, it's just insane. Like, we started, I think Mr. Justus is here. I saw him here. His children, two of his children, joined, what are they calling it? Career Path Navigator, like on yesterday when we started. And I was teaching those parents how to use Google Family Link to to monitor their children's activity and everything like that. And the parents who were there, they were just wowed because like, we're not even paying. We are not paying Google for it. It's just because we just have an email that is Google, so you can use all those things. It's just amazing. It's mind-blowing how much we can do with Google tools. It's just mind-blowing. I was, that particular Google Family Link, I was telling my sister about it yesterday. She was asking me how did the onboarding go. I was now telling her that we even took more time because I was trying to walk parent through how to do Google Family Link, right? And she was like, and my sister is young. She was like, that is possible. I said, yes. So he said, but if the child, I said, me as an African parent, my child can be above 13. It should be me that will set their age. I will set their age below 13. So I can control, like, till at least they are 16 and they are independent enough and things like that. So it's just amazing the amounts of things Google can help us achieve in such a short time, effectively. It's just amazing. Like, before, we could have a Google document, like a PDF. And I'll be wondering, how will I do this PDF now? How will I do this? You just import it into Canva, convert it into this thing for you, import the template back on Google, and you're done. And somebody else is still there struggling that I will now do this thing now. Like, it was so easy. It was so easy. It's just that we all lack the knowledge. And nobody was showing adults how to work in the world of today. Like, we learned how to maybe work a decade ago, but nobody was teaching us how to work in the world of today. So we are expending energy on what doesn't matter instead of what to be focused on the strategic aspect of our work. We are expending energy on what does not matter. And I'm glad that even if you are not done with this program, it has simplified your process at work. Thank you so much for coming on this program. And let's go to KPO. KPO, let's go to you.
Good afternoon, Doctor. I'm so glad.
I can't hear you.
Oh, okay. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Doctor.
Good afternoon. I can hear you now.
My name is Wfs Bashir. I'm so glad. I'm so happy to be the part of this program. Although I'm starting from scratch, I don't know anything before, but now I can do one or two. Before, I'm not familiar with Google Form, Google Tool. Hello, are you there? Are you hearing me? Hello?
I can hear you. Please go ahead.
Yeah, only Google and WhatsApp I know how to operate, and it's not that deep. But now, oh my God, I feel relieved. Like I don't know how to explain it. Thank you so much to your team to support everyone. Thank you. Bye for now.
Thank you so much. And I like how you qualify. Like, now I feel relieved. Like, I've seen people not show up for interviews because they are not certain of what they know. Like, they just don't show up because they're not even certain of what they know. And not knowing what you know. But right now, like you're saying, like the only thing you know how to probably navigate was WhatsApp and everything, and maybe a bit of Google and just at the surface. But right now, you can confidently, sit and talk about the work tools because you know what exists. And I feel like beyond you knowing what exists, you know that even the ones you don't know, you can always go to ChatGPT and say, oh, I heard about this thing today. What is it? Give me a lowdown. And it will give you a comprehensive, and you would know it within 5 minutes. There's no bigger joy than knowing that I don't know, but I know how to know and I know what to ask. That is such a flex. It is such a flex. It is a good place to be. And I'm happy for you that you're in such a confident place about what you actually know. Well done. Let's have Padelia Nangilia. Okay. Padelia, please go ahead.
Good afternoon, Doctor, and good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
I just feel that I have to say something because I'm also one of the people that have been ignorant I've been using Google, but not to the extent that I came to experience what I've learned so far. So I just feel I have to share this little bit that from the moment I started the course, the moment I log on, it's like I get excited. It's like I see opportunities in different form, even side hustles. My brain just start going off in different directions. But even though I haven't finished it, it's amazing. I just feel like it can go on for longer. But yeah, so far it's been good and I'm enjoying it and I'm determined to complete it. So, and I will definitely make use of it. And it gave me so much confidence that I can't explain to anyone. I can do anything. The Canva is one of my favorite that I didn't know I can use. So I can see a lot of opportunities in my head. If I can talk, I can talk the whole, but that's a story for another day. I'm really, really excited and glad that I've done this course.
Thank you so much, Padelia. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And I totally understand because Blessing, who was in batch one, kept saying the same thing, that for every module I get on, I see several ways to monetize the knowledge. That's what a person just kept telling her that. In fact, just pick one lesson and say, CV, I want to start helping people to write CV. You will make tons of money from it. Pick, I want to start teaching children about how to navigate Google Workspace. Even just 10, just pick 10 and say, I want to teach you about Google. You would make tons of money from it. Like, pick anything. Or you go to a business owner and say, this Google Sheets now, let me help you set up your inventory so nobody is stealing from you. You would make loads of money from it. Pick SOPs and say, why is your business scattered like this? Let me do SOPs for you. You will make I feel like every single aspect of the thing, anybody can make money from every single model in this thing. Like, forget even using it for yourself. I feel like someone can sit down and monetize it. Like, be doing this. Like, okay, now I can do CV. Let me write CV for you. Now I can set up inventory. Let me set up inventory for you. Now I can do like, do you know, like, it's just so amazing how, when we call it the work readiness program for, that's for the undergraduates and the recent graduate people. I always say, I feel like nobody should go to my WFS as someone that can read and write and ever complain that they don't have work. I said, because even if you are not trying to use it to work for someone, you can use it to work for yourself and you will make money, like clean money without doing any other thing. Like, it's just so amazing how just basic fundamental workspace skills can turn to money for anyone that chooses to actually utilize it. And that for me is like the biggest flex. Like, when I tell people that I can wake up one day and pick one aspect of the WFS and say I want to use that thing to make money before this night, and it will turn to money for me. I kid you not. Like, I can just wake up and talk on my Facebook about something about CV. Someone is going to be in my inbox saying, can you help me write it? And I say, yeah, bring this amount of money and I'll collect that money. That is how much I feel like skills, the workplace skills of today, can turn to money for you whenever you choose for it to turn to money for you. It's just crazy because people are so deficient in it that you can use it to make money whenever you choose to use it to make money. Because a lot of people don't know these things. It's just what it is. And it will take over a decade before we even get to a decent level of people having basic workplace skills. It will take, and when I say a decade, it is a decade of government actually realizing that it is a major thing for them to do. Not a decade of because how many can individuals like me, how many people, like, it's a systematic thing. Like, it needs to be embedded into the curriculums of schools, all the way from secondary school to tertiary. It's a systematic change needs to even happen for us to say, okay, in a decade, we can say, actually, okay, maybe 1 in 5 people we now have, or 1 in 3 people or something. So, like, I understand when you say ideas keep running through your head. Sometimes I just look at that thing and I'm like, oh, wow. like, oh wow, like what a curriculum and everything like that. So thank you so much, and please go work on all your ideas, or at least pick some of them. The way I do it, because I'm always running with ideas. So what I have learned to do is I have an idea document. When an idea comes to me, I put it on my idea document so that I just don't start implementing every idea that comes to me. I dump it on this thing, and I say, okay, let me pack it at least and focus on the ones I've started to implement, and let me finish it before I move on to the next thing. That is one way to treat your ideas. I'll say, don't discard them, but pack them in a packing lot first. So the day you need them, you can go back and say, okay, which of my ideas is next on this thing for me to actually run with? Thank you so much. Now let's go to Safurat Muhammad. Safurat, please, over to you.
Hi, good evening, Ma. Good evening, all.
Good evening.
All right, first and foremost, I want to tell you thank you. Thank you so much for being an amazing teacher. You teach so well. So, right, Ma. So far, so good. The class has been amazing. I've actually learned a lot, although I'm not done with the modules, but I believe I will. So, I've learned a lot. The Google tools, when it comes to the Google form too. I remember the assignment on Google form when I actually did it and I sent it to some people to fill it. So when I even sent it to my husband too, and he said, well, like, wow, you did this yourself. I said, yes, I did it. So he was also impressed by it. I was like, I should keep it up. And just yesterday, in fact, I was able to do the assignment on Canva, like the three assignment on module 3. I was able to do it just yesterday. The one on letterhead, the one on creating a flyer and hyperlinking it using Zoom and all that. Sincerely speaking, all these are things I don't know before now. Though I know I see them, people send flyers to me, send forms to me to fill. I just keep wondering how they come about it. But at least now I know I can do it myself. And I believe with time I'll be able to implement it in a workplace, because for now I'm just a stay-at-home mom. But with time, by the grace of God, I know I will implement it. So thank you so much, Ma. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Safura Muhammad. And yeah, here's my piece of advice to you would be, do not wait a long time. I always say that. Why do I say that? I realize that people lose momentum after the program when they are no longer in a group and everything. So I always tell people, like I was saying before you came on, that even if you pick one thing, pick one lesson of WFS and monetize it. Because I always say, stay-at-home moms, you can do a lot from home. You have no idea. Like, you can do a whole lot from home. Because sometimes the people that are right next to us need us. But because we have not put money on top of we've not put money on top of the thing we can do, we do not see how we can convert the money. I remember when someone came on this program and she wrote something on LinkedIn, and somebody came to meet her that, I would like for you to write SOP for me or something like that, SOP around how they will structure this. She now came to meet me and said, should I collect money? I said, you see, it is a skill that you should collect money from. The fact that you now know how to do it and you feel like it's just one of those things does not mean the person doesn't know how to do it. Start from somewhere, collect money from me. So you would realize that even if you've done 3 modules on this program, 3 modules on this, what am I even saying? 2 modules, just module 1 and 2, like that digital skills module, you can actually collect money for it. One of the reasons why I talked about skills and experience monetization masterclass, as in I think I created that masterclass, like let me say in April, was for this. I always think you have no idea that this thing that you just got is something that can convert to money from you without even you leaving your house. You don't have to be like whatever it is you learned on WFS. Trust me, I delivered you a global standard workplace that can fit in any part of the world. So please start where you are. Don't wait to say, okay, when I now finish, I'll now start to apply, I'll now start to do this thing. Try it first. I remember there was somebody that after module 3, or was it module 4? I can't remember, module 5, after self-selling. You know what the person did? When the person finished the program, the person said, let me go and try it. Like, you know that how to sell yourself inside somebody's. I said, let me even try and see what this woman is saying, if it works. She took the exact same thing I
Sorry,
said,
baby.
put it in somebody's DM on LinkedIn. The person reached out to her back and said, let's have a meeting. That meeting took place that night. And that night, she was offered the position of an executive assistant she had never worked. As in, she came and she said at the offboarding, I think it was last week, but she said, Doc, like, I just wanted to test and see if this thing I said, this is how to DM somebody to get them to respond to you. I just wanted to test it. And here I am, I'm somebody's EA, a busy person's EA, like just like that. I said, that is how it is. Oh, just go and try it first. Try it and see if it works. Like, because that is how things start. You may not command the amount of money you should ordinarily command in the first try because you are not certain about, will this person pay me? But guess what? You have started, and it is from that you then keep improving and improving. So please, don't lose momentum. People lose momentum because they'll not be afraid. Like, is this thing enough? Is a lie? Is enough? There are so many people that don't know what you know right now. So it is enough. So that would be my advice to you, Sephora. Now let's go with Jane Lewis. After Jane, we have Abubakar.
Good evening, Dr. Good evening to all my classmates. Oh, it's afternoon. Here in Nairobi, it's evening. Sorry for that.
It's evening here too. It's 5 p.m.
All right. Thank you. It's been quite rewarding for me, although I think my experience is different. I joined this class because I wanted to position myself for job opportunities. So I had gone to the YouTube, I tried to learn, but I felt very confused. And so one day when I was on my Facebook, I saw the video on the remote workplace masterclass. And when I listened to the video, I thought like, wow, this is what I need. And so I paid for it. And when I did that, I then realized that when I went to the class, that was not, the skills I needed were not taught there, but gradually I got to Wfs, where I have learned those skills now, which I need to get to myself to get a global opportunity. So I have done the course, I have completed, and I'm very grateful because even when looking at my normal things that I would have wanted to do, like something like Canvas has helped me a lot. Sometimes you could get to someone like maybe my nephew or my niece telling them I have a birthday design for me, and they drag themselves as if it is something coming from I don't know where. Now I know how to do it. I remember on Friday I helped someone who was she was doing a presentation to do a presentation on marriage and children therapy. So she needed to do a speech, and we went through it. We put it into ChatGPT, and then from there we also put it on. We put it on the shrines, and she was very grateful for that. If I had not gone through the class, I may not have been able to help her. So as I try to position myself globally and look for a global opportunity, which I believe now I can face the world and get those opportunities, I just want to say thank you so much for the knowledge that I've gained, and thank you so much for that. I appreciate. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I cannot say that enough because, you know, the first thing you said is that when you were trying to get global opportunity, you had gone to YouTube, you had watched videos, you had watched this, but you just got more confused. And that is one of the things I always tell people. I say YouTube is a great place to start where you are just looking for information, like just looking for information to just at least familiarize yourself with what that concept is about. For me, let's say, for instance, I want to buy a software. I go to YouTube and start to watch it. Maybe I want to invest in an accounting software. I can say, well, let me watch something around how to use Zoho. Let me watch something how to use Manager Hi-Ho, ERP. Like I watch all those things for information. I say, okay, let me just get a sample of this thing. But when it is time For me to then say, okay, now that I've gotten different information on this thing, I need to pick up the main thing. I never go the free way. I don't have time. When my content creator joined my organization earlier in the year, I paid for this Anthony Gallo's video course, 14 days video pro one-to-one thing. Why? Because could I go to YouTube and learn how to edit? Is it because I was not editing videos? I was editing video, do you understand? But I had looked at what I wanted to achieve. What's this thing? I went to YouTube to search, to do research on who was a genius in this whole video editing, videography, and everything like that. I saw he had a $50 or a $48 thing promo that was going on for his course. I looked at the reviews and I paid. And I told my content creator, get on this particular course. And even if we did not probably do more than, maybe he had a 14 days, like let me say 14 modules or something like lessons, I didn't go more than 3 of those lessons, but I had gotten what I needed. I had gotten how to adjust my camera settings, the aperture, the this, the that, to achieve the kind of outlook I needed in our content. And for me, I feel like that in itself is a blessing to me because it has saved me time. So whenever imagine if I stayed on YouTube and I just kept saying, oh, let me watch how this person edits, you would just be wallowing in confusion because you are not following an entire process through. That is always a challenge. And I always tell people that, please, when you are starting off, you can get information on who you should learn from. I feel like that is what I use all those YouTube videos. Who should I learn from? So I watch all their free videos. I watch, I like how this person delivers. I like this person's product. That is how I learn. So when I then want to do this thing, and I say, okay, now that I've narrowed down to this person, let me follow this person. I pay for whatever it is they have. Till now, I still do it because I always feel like if I want to learn a process from start to finish, I need to follow a methodology and not just be patching from one place to the other and not have an holistic learning experience. So I am, when you were talking, one thing that just came to me was we may need to start doing YouTube videos at iTrade in Africa. And why do I say so? I realized that when a lot of people want to actually learn, they go to YouTube to go and pick up some free information. So that thing that you said, thank you very much. It just made me realize we need to start actually doing certain YouTube adverts because there are people that want to learn and they go to YouTube and they need actually holistic this thing from that. So thank you so much for saying that and how this has helped you finally stop calling your nieces to do something for you. You can then get this done yourself. And trust me, I want to be able to hear like from you and say, oh, that global opportunity that I wanted to get, I have gotten it. But it is in the implementation. I would say, please go to your self-selling model and use everything that is in that model 6. It is such a gift. That model is such a gift because I always say it is one thing to learn skills. It is one thing to learn how to sell the skills. Module 6 is learning how to sell the skills. So it is key that please go back to it and utilize everything that is there to sell whatever skill you have that you want to use to get global opportunities, and you will get it. That one I know. So thank you so much for coming. Now let's take Besingi Josephine.
Good evening, doctor, and good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Okay, I'm Besingi Josephine. I'm calling from Cameroon. So I want to appreciate this your program because it is a tool for help for me and my husband, like we say, the family. So my husband is the third speaker that just spoke here on this program. When I came across this program on Facebook, because I'm that kind of person, if I go online, I'm searching for something that is important to me and my family. I cannot just be spending my time there for nothing. So, but I don't have that skill, those soft skill that I can really use to come up with some concrete work. most of the time when I see the program, I know my husband is having a soft skill knowledge. Me, my own work is mostly on field. We work at almost the same aviation, but I am a field type, then he is a soft skill type. So when I come across your program, I is that kind of person that does not, when you talk about like having a job remotely, that does not need you to travel and go and stay like abroad. So that it called for my attention because I know we can work together. My husband at that type wants to try. He travels a lot and come back, but to go and stay there is a problem. So me, how are we going to attract this kind of job that will pay us by why living in our country but still making money remotely? So I came across your program. It's like an open door, an open eye for me and for my husband. So we come across your program and I pay for the Zoom program for 3 hours. So I put it, we're listening together. I decide to pay I send you message concerning what should I enroll on to encourage me on what I should study skill for work. So I enroll. Upon coming to an end of the program, I encourage her. I said, okay, as you just saw the program, I said, no, this one is a nice one. So we enrolled together. So we are working as a team in the house. Then he enrolled with another program. Upon working, he became more interested. The program become like an opener, an eye-opening to him. Then with the soft skills, sometimes I'm not used to, I'll come to computer, but I prefer work with my phone because it's like a new tool for me. So I have gained knowledge on Google Doc, Chat GPT. There's something when I see from the beginning, it's like I cannot do this. But as we are working with a team, like a team at home and following the teamwork in the group, so it has opened my eyes for Canva, all those things like they are new to me. This kind of thing, can I achieve this? But I am getting used to and I'm improving on myself. So I want to really appreciate because this year program is like, in short, it's an open door for us, and I think we are going to achieve greatness in it. Thank you, Doctor, and I thank you for Kingsley for the wonderful work that he has been doing for us, for the group, for encouraging us. Thank you so much for this your program. Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I understand your fear because for a woman, when you are saying, oh, if my husband is going to relocate, so what am I going to do? Or, that kind of what becomes of me. In the last batch, I think we had a woman who had moved with her husband to Mozambique in the last, I think, 8, 9, 10 years, a decade. And she came on WFS and she said, finally, Doc is like, you restored my hope because I said when I left Nigeria, like married me, and Mozambique is a place that foreigners are not really given opportunities. And what she kept complaining about was like, that they are just resorted to doing petty trade, let me put it that way, because that was the only thing that, just to keep mind and but again, not because that is what she really finds fulfilling, but the fact that she could then get on WFS, and with WFS she could, like, she was no longer limited by the borders of that country, and that in itself was really like was just such a joy for her, like, because she doesn't have to leave her country to do any of that, and that was really good for her. And I'm like, I never thought like you could be restoring hope to that demographic and everything like that. Like, so for me, I think I stopped and I reflected that there are so many things actually women we do because of marriage, and we have given up a whole lot of ourselves, and because the only thing we know is the constant brick and wall kind of work, we didn't see the possibilities of still being in that space but doing work outside that space. So I'm happy for you that you have gotten this knowledge at such a time, because it helps you not be afraid, because you know that it doesn't matter where you are, you can earn. Let me put it that way. You can earn, you can be independent, and you don't have to be like totally reliant on someone else to earn. And that for me is very liberating, because I always say, as a woman, I've never not earned. I've never not earned. I was working before I got married, so I was controlling staffs before I got married. So I I always say, like, if I start to snap in my house, I just know that maybe it's money matter. Like, maybe I feel like, oh, this my savings is depleting, or what? As in, do you understand? Like, because I feel like fear grips every human, every adult, when you are seeing that you may not be able to meet your needs, like money wise, you don't have money to meet your need, like you would be afraid internally and things like that. So I am happy that that fear can exit for you. So should you even choose not to do anything or do this thing, you know that it is a choice, not because I don't have the earning capacity. I don't have what can earn me money from anywhere. And that is such a joy. Because trust, I always say that like, if you like, don't even want to do anything, like don't want to do any other thing. It's like with the skills, the remote worker skills that you have right now, you can wake up and start offering it as a virtual assistant online, and you would get job as a virtual assistant, even if it is as low as 10K in a year, which is like $800 in a month. Let's put it that way. Like, you will know that I can get something. It doesn't matter where I am, I can get something, because there's something called virtual assistant that this program I've taken can help me and us. So I'm happy for you. I'm really happy for you that you found us on Facebook. And that's why whenever we sometimes, when we had to take WFS's money up, we're like, the amount of money we had could no longer maintain the amount of awareness ads we were running, right? Because I always say, for every money we collect is money to reach the next person, because there's a next person somewhere in Africa that doesn't know that this exists, and they are just praying to jam it. But they cannot jam it if we are not pumping money into ads. The other day I was telling somebody that we spend like between 60 to 100K on ads every day. They were like, what? I say, yes. Like, we spend money on ads for reach. Like, in the last 1 year, our adverts have reached 13 million people. Like, just that spotted our ads at some point in time. And it is from those people that we then find the people that need us. So for us, I always say, like, we always constantly have to, we may not even be, there are some ads, we're not selling anything. Like, we're just bringing people's awareness to what they need. Just, this is what you need, this is what you need. At least know it exists first. Then it is now left in your hand to make a choice if you then want to take what exists to improve yourself. But at least you owe it to Africa for you to know that the help, the solution you need exists, and you decide whether you take that solution or not. So thank you so much. And again, I think we're going to talk about that shortly after Abubakar speaks, about how you can then help us in reaching more people, because I feel like this job is not for us alone. Abubakar, please go ahead. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Abubakar.
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening, Doctor. Good evening, everyone. Congratulations to all of us. So, Doctor, first of all, I want to start by thanking you for this wonderful initiative, this wonderful course, which is helping a lot, I would say. So, I already have a skill, and I also work in tech. I'm the product designer in your GOP class. So I take both GOP and WFS. And since others have been talking about Google, let me talk about the self-selling model. I decided to try it out, which I would say it worked, because I actually used it to apply for a job. I was just testing it out, and I said, oh, okay. I saw a position open for product design, and I applied. Though the pay is not good. It's a Nigerian company, but I was just testing it out to see how it works. And I would say that the self-selling model works. And also, as a student of your GOP class, I would advise for anybody that is ready to step it forward, please, this one is a free from me. Like, I would say that the self-selling model, with the skills I learned in GOP, which is profiling, right? With combined with the self-selling model, I was able to, like, the interview, the way I was able to sell myself. And on a normal day, I wouldn't have been able to do that. I wouldn't have been able to do that. Why? Because, okay, in the GOP, we learned how to journal all the things you've achieved and all. And yes, like, in my head, I will feel I know about the projects I worked on and stuff like that. But when it comes to interview and I'm supposed to sell myself, that's where I will now start thinking, which one, what am I going to talk about and stuff like that. But with your GOP class and the self-selling model, I was able to kill it. Like, I was able to pick out those top things I've done in the project I've worked on, and immediately I just dished it out to them, and they were happy to have me on board. But even though the salary was that was why I took the GOP class, the salary was not good, was not up to the place I'm working on presently. So I just told them that the salary would not work with me, and they were like, okay, I'm fine like that. Okay, we'll look for another person. But I would say that it works, and the GOP the GOP course is wonderful. Like, it has helped me to be able to bring out that thing that is already in me. Like, I have it in me, I know all those things, but it's not organized. I'm not organized. That was when I knew that no, I'm not, I wasn't organized. I knew that I wasn't organized. I felt, or I thought I was. But when I came to that, imagine me trying to do my journaling, write down the things I've done for 1 month straight. 1 month. Like, so I was now like, wow, so this is difficult. And I was thinking everybody would have thought, when they say your personal profile, your profiling is a very simple thing, easy thing to do now. I never knew profiling was that difficult until I took that GOP class. And when I took that GOP class, by the time I did that interview, I had already done that profiling part. Yeah. So it was easy for me to sell myself in a very good way. And also, in the self-selling model, you taught us, when you are asked, tell me about yourself, how to go about it. Like, everything just, like, even me, I was just feeling myself while I was talking. And I was like, when I finished, I was like, wow. Like, so
now maybe
they got back to me. So seriously, I would say thank you, Doc. Thank you very much. So I would say, like, the self-selling model, I've tested it out and it works. It works. It's just that with the GOP, it works like magic, like fire. Like, you just see, you just feel yourself at the top. Like, when I joined the GOP class, I was seeing, though I have, in my previous job, I have I have 9 years going to 10 experience already. But for my product design, I just have 3 years. So when I was seeing 16 years, 18 years, everybody, I remember I asked you, I said, Doc, I have just 3 years experience. 3 years, because when I was seeing 16, 18 years, I was like, 3 years, how am I going to do this? But Doc, when I asked you that question and you said, yes, you can, stuff like that, it gave me confidence. And within that 3 years, even when you went through my LinkedIn profile and stuff like that, like, just within 3 years, like, I was able to bring out the best out of me. I have those projects. I've worked on those projects. But how do I make it mine? Like, how do I own it? How do I own it? I didn't know how to own it till when I jumped on your GOP class. I would say taking both courses was, in fact, this year so far, and I believe till the end of this year, it will be the best decision I've taken for myself and the best investment I have decided to make or to do for myself. So thank you very much, Doctor. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Abubakar. And I totally understand your excitement, because I always tell people that the fact that I know that I can wake up today and say, I beg, I don't tire for this thing where they do for Entering Africa. Let me go and find one job on LinkedIn. And I know that I would get it. It is a different level of flex. I kid you not. Because I know that should I decide to just vex and say, I beg, this country tire me, as I can achieve it. Like, it is so, when you know you have alternative. Like, you have alternative. You are not one of those people that they be saying, let me shall be managing. I say, you and who is managing? I'm not, you see, it has to be a decision that I made to stay in something. Not because I want to manage it. Because I tell you, if I want to try out my own, when I tell my team that sometimes I apply for some global opportunities just to try out and be sure that my skill still works. As in, they were laughing. I'm not joking. Like, 2 reasons I applied for global, of course, to win it. I said, but sometimes I just want to try it out. I want to be checking that what I'm teaching people is still working. As in, let me try it. And I said, no, I don't want. Do you understand? Let me just try it. Because sometimes you just need to understand that this thing still works. It's rinse and repeat. It's right that my GOP framework. I feel like I built the GOP framework since 2021. The first batch of GOP was like a 2021 March. I have used it on, I can't even count. Name the industry, name the level. From 2 years experience to 32 years experience, like that broad range, from drilling experts to HR to doctor to like name drop, like, and it shocks me that it works for Africans in diaspora, like UK, Canada, Australia. This, like, you are African. Join my program. I don't care where you live. Like, I have had Africans who has gone to the UK. They say one UK expert, they say, my sister, the way they optimize LinkedIn for an abroad person and the way they optimize for who is African, they are 2 different things, because you don't have the same privileges. They don't look at you the same way. So let's be clear. So when you started to talk about, as in GOP, this, I think I'll talk about that pretty soon, as in if you are an experienced person and everything like that, and you have done the work, not that you just used to go to the office and you are working in government and you don't do any work, but you have been there. Like, you have done work. Like, you can say you did work for 2-3 years and above. Like, I feel like it is. So when Abubakar started to talk, I totally understand how he feels, because in WFS, I thought, sell that script of how to sell this thing. But because for an experienced person, GOP helps you build the entire brand. And a lot of jobs on LinkedIn has easy apply. You can just click easy apply and you apply and they will get. Like, the fact that I don't have to stress myself to apply for a job on LinkedIn is just such a big flex. Why I say I don't have to stress myself? First, I look for jobs that have easy apply. Why? I don't want to be writing, be filling, be doing all those things. It's no longer easy for me to do, right? So I will go and look. After all, I can see this job is 70K, this one is 100K. All of them have easy apply. Why am I stressing myself? And I qualify for all of them. I choose the easiest one because I know I have done the work. I have done the work of building such a profile that I will use easy apply and I will enter. And just like Abubakar said, like, you just, like, it's not as if one person will be threatening me at work, be saying, hey, if you chase me today, in 1 week, I found work. Today, 1 week, I have found, like, in fact, like, 1 week is a long time. I will sit down this night and apply. I'll get interviews and because the kind of skills I have, product optimize, product, do you understand? I know that it is in shortage in the market. All these products, money, it is in shortage. They are looking for people every day. So it is my choice to remain here, not by I am stuck. I think was it yesterday or today when somebody was talking about, I don't know which session that was talking about how it was at GOP. I think it was at GOP that was saying that they are afraid they want to remain in their job because of job security. I said, please fly. There's like fly. That like you're in your comfort zone. Comfort zone is where dreams die. Like it is decades ago that someone was giving you advice of government work is safe. I said, which kind of safety? Please calculate the amount of money I will earn throughout my career. Do you understand? Like, there's nothing bad in it, but don't be there because somebody is giving you advice that because there's safety in it. That is such a bad advice in this age. Like safety in it. I said safety. That is not safety. Safety is me understanding that in my old age, I have done something. Like I would die empty. I always tell people that I want to die empty. I want to know that everything that God gave me, I used it. Every skill they gave me, I used it. I did not stay stuck in a box. Like, do you understand? So I always say, please fly, express, do everything you want to do. But ability to do everything you want to do lies in the fact that you have first built capacity. When you build capacity, you become in demand. Like, and that's why you see a lot of these young people, these Gen Zs, they're easily flying. You know why? They go and build capacity in one very hot in demand skill and they can fly. They can choose to fly because they have built capacity and they are not afraid to use that capacity to get what they want. So Abubakar, I'm just going to stop here and talk about all the other things we have on this program, because if I continue to talk, I know where you are. Like, ability to turn down and say, this one, I know if you collect this money.
Doctor, right now, where I am right now, doctor, I've given myself a nickname, Bragado, bragging master. I learned how to brag from you, and yes, I'm not ashamed, and I'm not scared to brag anywhere, any day, anytime. So call me Mr. Bragado, doctor.
Unapologetic. If you did the work, it is not bragging. I tell you all the time, I say, did you do the work? You are not bragging. Bragging is when you did not do the work and you want to show off. I said, did you do the work? Then you are not bragging. Because this is me just putting my value on display. This is what I can do for you. This is what I bring to the table. And I can help you achieve it. And when I'm not one of those who that I now get onto it and will not deliver. No, I will get and I will deliver. And remember what in GOP offboarding, I was telling you about how like you should put that particular thing as your USP, how you should, your USP should be about delivering on timelines and whatever. What you say you can do it. That's my own. I always say, please, when you now get to the global this thing, don't go and fall our hand, because we have packaged you in such a way that you are believable. But please don't now go and do something else. Now I want to talk about other parts of this offboarding session, which is what skills application. And I think we've already started talking about it. What do we mean? Especially because some of you have spoken to them, you're like, oh, you just want to take it slow. If you are starting off and the only thing you have right now is this WFS, please, you see these things on the screen? Start it. Executive assistant, virtual assistant, customer support, online educator, course assessor, program coordinator, community management. There are things that what you have learned can help you deliver. Program coordinator doesn't need more than the skills you have learned. Executive assistant doesn't need more than it. Virtual assistant doesn't need. Customer support doesn't need more than the skills you have learned. Community management doesn't need more than the skills you have learned on this program. So please, I do not want to feel like anybody ever came on this course and I can still hear them singing, I cannot find job, is a lie. Because this particular skill set, with only WFS, you can get it done. Better than over 90% of the people that currently do it. I kid you not. Because I package WFS as the skills that even premium people, like people that are experienced, using doing their work in the global space. Meaning, if I have to work remotely internationally at UN Live, I package it at all the skills I used to work remotely in my capacity. I put it in WFS. So it simply means that there is absolutely no work. If I, technically as an executive at that point, needed and used all these skills, it means that if you're an executive assistant to me, you are not going to use more than the skills I use. I don't know if you get my rationale. So it means that any work I'm delegating to you as an assistant is kind of a little below me. Let me put it that way. Because I would have to use those skills already to achieve my work. The only thing is that maybe, for instance, I say, oh, please add it to my calendar. I know how to use calendar before I even say add it to my calendar, right? That is what it means. I say, please, can you get me in a Zoom meeting and make sure that there are breakout rooms? I already know how to do it before I'm delegating an aspect of it to my executive assistant. So trust me, it means that you can support anybody. You can support any director, any executive, any this thing. And I remember last year, somebody reached out to me. The person is at World Bank. And we got on just from all this, oh, I like what you do kind of stuff. We had a meeting on Zoom. And at the end of it, we're like, by the way, your worker, like your assistant, then it was Moina. We're like, she's so good at, I wanted to ask, as in, did you get them through an agency or something? I smiled. I was like, why do you think I started Skilled for Work? Who do you think are my first customers? I had to train my staff to. We're like, oh, now it makes sense. Because we're like, oh, not like why? We're like, there's a director friend of mine who has been trying to get an EA who is efficient for the longest time. And it's not just happening in Nigeria. I said, how? Welcome to this place, as in. And he was laughing. I was like, why would we start Skilled for Work? It is because there are no people that actually know how to do that job, like in the true sense of it. They don't, like, they're hard to find. So you have to train your own. Do you understand? You have to train your own and everything like that. So I feel like it is one thing that a lot of people desire, but they just don't have the time to even train the assistant to actually be able to do the work of the assistant. So you just being able to do that thing and using the self-selling thing, because I have seen quite a number of alumni that just, like, executive assistants, virtual assistants is like pure water in our academy. Like when people just say, I got to this thing, I tried it out. There was one particular lady that got a volunteer position in Ghana. She's Nigerian. She was in Nigeria as an EA. Like there's another one. Like, I've lost counts. There was a confidence, there was a onye, something in different batches. They just try it and say, let me even do this low barrier thing and let me use it to start my remote work online. Let me do this virtual assistant thing. And they get started from there. So please do not say, I am not ready. If you are ready to start earning money, start from where you are. Now, the next thing is, of course, we would like for you to spread. Kingsley will drop this flyer. Of course, you know how to make a copy of something on Canva. Kingsley will drop this flyer. You will make your own copy and you would what? As in, spread the word about this program. Like I say, like for us, this is a mission, or is a mission. Like we need to keep reaching people. We need to reach people. We need to reach more Africans. What I heard most of you say today is, oh, I was just scrolling through Facebook, I was just this thing, and when I saw it for watch that video, I said, oh, this is what I need. It is like that for more than 80% of the people that have ever come on this program. Like, I finally found what I need. I finally found what I need. It is so hard when people don't even know what they need, so they don't know where to look for it. So for us, it is a mission to ensure that people even know what they need exists. Now, it is now their choice if they take it. Because if they don't know what they need exists, then we are not doing enough to help propagate that mission. So it is important. Celebrate your wins. I like to celebrate a lot. I keep saying it. I celebrate my milestones a lot. I celebrate a lot. And my celebration does not have to be big. Oh, you can just see me order ice cream from Domino's and I'll say, oh, I'm celebrating. Or just buy a pack of sweet chocolate. But if it helps me know that I've achieved a milestone, I've conquered a milestone, let us celebrate. It is important. Tag us on LinkedIn, tag us on your stories on Instagram. We will repost it. Now, before we get to this point, give me a minute. Before this, how did I jump to the end of this? Okay. After this graduation, what is next? I want you to know that there are 3 sets of skills. Depending on who you are in this program, you might be experienced or you might want to progress to a high income skill. Please take notes that, of course, our technical programs are still there that you can upgrade to by progressing to the technical school. Like I say, you can start from where you are. But one of the things that Abubakar had mentioned in this thing, like, is a product manager. and he has just less than 3 years. And he kept asking, like, doc, when I graduated in the GOP, I was seeing people that had 16 years, 15 years, 12 years. I felt like, this is my 3 years. What will I use it to do now? And everything. And I told him that if you have done work in 3 years, and why do I know that for sure? Even if we set 3 years for GOP application, like we always say, we recommend that you are 3 years. My sister, my baby sister, was less than 2 years when she first used the GOP framework 2 years ago. She was less than 2 years. And she said, Auntie Jenny, let me pay for your, like, that was the first time I converted it into a course. Before then, it was like not a course, right? And she paid me, and she joined in February of 2 years ago at the time. And I remember in that February, I was out of Lagos, and she sent me a chat in April, and she said, Auntie Jerry, this thing is working. I said, well, Auntie Jerry, me, I've had open to work on my profile since. I even paid for CV optimization. I paid for one app like that. The thing did not work. You just told me, go and remove open to work from your profile. Do this, do this, do that. I said, Auntie Jerry, in my life, me, somebody, a recruiter reached out to me on LinkedIn and said, Alpha. I was even asking me, where do I, as in what time I should choose the time of interview. Saying, Auntie Jenny, me, less than 2 years of experience. Somebody is asking me for my preferred time of interview. That's never happened to me before. I said, that is how it works in spaces that are really important. And she was like, oh, wow. She was like, Auntie Jenny, even whether I change this job or not, that the fact that I just know that I can just arrange my LinkedIn and people will reach out to me 2 years of experience. And I'm like, yeah. But because I know that she was in a field, she was in HSC, that's Health, Safety, Environment, that had shortage of workers, number one. And number two, it's a globally sought after line because of all this sustainability and environment and all those things. So it's and it is a profession that there's no BSc for it. You must have gone to do certifications and all those things and do the work for you to be able to do the work. There's no BSc for it, right? So I said, so it means that there's shortage of people in that space. So it means that even for the organization where she currently worked, she was doing a whole lot of work because it's not like there was a superior. So we had to set up our own HSC and everything from there. So you could have done 2 years of work, but you've done a whole lot because whoever, maybe you entered an organization that maybe, and I think that was Abubakar's case, that his boss left. So you had to take the lead. Let me put it that way. So you will learn fast. You know, when you have to start leading, you will learn fast. Let me put it that way. So I said you could have done 2 years of work, but you've done a whole lot. You know, you're that person, GOP might be your best bet. But if you're not that person, you are trying to actually say, what in-demand career path should I pivot into? Of course, my recommendations will be, we did not start these 3 programs at the academy by choice. We had a long list of 10 to 14. We did our research. We asked our alumni, I mean, not alumni, our then email list, because before we started, that was last year, this thing. We asked them questions. We asked, Indeed, we had Glassdoor, we did LinkedIn research. Which ones are high in demand? Which one will not go extinct soon? Which one will continue to increase in demand? And we narrowed down to these 3. And voila, we've been rendering it since then. And I've been seeing how people get on these programs and they start a career in this in-demand career path from scratch. So the next batch of the technical program will now start on, initially it was supposed to be September, but we realized that that programming timeline doesn't work. So it is now going to be starting in November of this year. Now there's an alumni offer because I know Moina had asked me to do this, where she said that some people at the time when they got into this program, they could not take offer. And I know that for the last batch, we did something similar to this where we give them an alumni offer. And what's the alumni offer about? So technically, you know that GOP in itself, without all the bonuses, is 268,750 and all that stuff. So what we then do is at this offboardings, we always give an offer that is similar to whatever it is that we probably will give in this thing. And what basically is that offer? So it means that from now till August 30, if you still want to upgrade, we will allow you upgrade like you are taking that initial offer that you did not take. So it simply means that you pay like 200K to upgrade to like the global career path offer. And what is that? It means that you pay a balance technically, and you get the 2 workshops and you still get into the mentorship club. By the way, that mentorship club has started. We started that mentorship club, like orientation and everything last week, the first batch of the mentorship club. And I'm really excited because we have a calendar for the mentorship club. Like I mentioned at the offboarding of GOP, that because I stopped taking one-on-one coaching, mentorship, anything, I stopped it in the Q4 of last year because I didn't have bandwidth for it anymore. I said that is one of the reasons why I started mentorship club. I said, can we run this mentorship club twice a year in such a way that beyond the programs we run, there is what I call like a 3-month mentorship club. And the only way anybody ever gets into that club is through offers. Like we give an offer, we give it as a bonus, and it is worth like 500K, where we are giving you, it's more like if you've ever done all this exercise, where you go on a challenge, on a 30 days challenge, say, oh, yeah, drink 5 cups of water every day, that kind of thing, where we set a goal at the beginning. But we started orientation this week, but I think on the 11th, that's tomorrow, Monday, is 11th? It's tomorrow? Yes, 11th. I know I remember that calendar was 11th, is where prompts will start to go out in those communities every day, like do this, do that, and the entire goal is for you to be able to achieve whatever goal you set on day one by the end of 60 days for your career. Whether it is to get a job, it is to get a change of job, like we want to be able to achieve it within 60 days. So it is more like a mentorship program for people who have attended at least our WFS, because there's nothing for you to implement if you've not taken a program. And that is why we are attaching it to offers, like people that have taken, whether it is GOP and WFS, people that have taken GOP and technical testing, because we know that with a combination of those two, you are already armed to get your results. So if you're an experienced person with a combination of WFS and GOP, you have what we need to achieve that challenge. With a combination of a technical program and WFS, you have what you need. So please, if you would like to upgrade, whether it's you are trying to upgrade to product, this thing, and the good thing about technical programs is even if we start the support in November, once you pay for a technical program, we onboard you to the program. Why? Because once we start a challenge, let's say, for instance, you're trying to, in your challenge, you want to become a product manager, we encourage you to start to study the thing, so that because the things we will support you with, we let you get the job. Let me put it that way. But we also need to ensure that you getting the job, you also can deliver on the job. So, which is why we are giving access to technical programs, to GOP courses. Once you pay for it, we give access, start to self-study, so that we can then join our challenger officially start. So if you know you would like to be part of the mentorship club, that is between August to September. Of course, there'll be another, a second batch, maybe I think is in November, December, or thereabout. But if you don't want to wait that far, we encourage you to probably reach out to Moina and maybe pay up within this week. Not wait till 30th, so that you can become part of the challenge for this particular mentorship club from the beginning. And all you need to do is pay 200K to access one technical program, or pay 250K to access the GOP, and you get the 2 bonuses and the third one, which is a remote club, this thing. I'm really excited for that club because I feel like it is finally me doing mentorship, how people have requested for the mentorship, but without me having to do it individually. Because even if individually they pay me 1 million, 2 million, I think I had to come to terms with the fact that I am a people person. And when one person pays me 1 million, 2 million to do something, it might be money gained, but before that 12-week ends, I lose interest in mentoring that person. I really lose interest because I feel like it is not for a number of people. And I think I made that decision in Q4 and said, no, if I'm ever doing mentoring again, I'm going to do it as a group in such a way that I know that there can be ripple effects of one teaching or something like that. So yeah, you can take that alumni offer. I think is Moina here? Moina would drop a link to the alumni offers. Now for job board, Kingsley, of course, Kingsley has been supporting you. After this program, you join our alumni job board where Kingsley posts job opportunities, this and that. So if you know you won't have time to go and be searching and searching and everything, don't worry. Kingsley brings it to your domot, brings it close to you in those communities. But also recently, we are partnering with some job placements. This thing, we recently entered into a partnership with JobRed. We are still trying to do the workings of how that will work. But the moment we solidify that, JobRed will probably come into the community and do some activities that has to do with placement. And why JobRed? JobRed is like they recruit for organizations, you know, that kind. They are done recruitment for, like, let me say Ikeja Electric, when they did that transition, like, to, you know, like people that when organizations want to recruit, they come to them and they can then come and draw from a pool. So we are trying to do partnership with, and trust me, this whole thing is free. Like this whole alumni thing, as in when I say you being part of that community, is totally free. Now, in a case like that, I said we are still trying to work out the modalities with JobRed, how who pays for what, whether it is like we are working out modalities. We'll let you know if there's going to be any payment from JobRed's side and if not. But we are trying to do more for our alumni through these alumni networks. Now, of course, internship, there's also like an internship community for people that are just starting, that need internship opportunities. There's this particular, that one, for you to enter it, you have to have done 70% of your WFS, because what we do for that is Kingsley posts internship opportunities and we ask you to apply. So anybody that applies for an internship opportunity, Kingsley will say, please reach out to me. We then reach out to those partners and introduce ourselves as iTrain Africa, basically throw our weight behind you to say this, and all that, so that, you know, we can put in a word for you and things like that. So please, if it drops opportunities on the group, but please take note, opportunities close really fast. So it's not as if you will drop something on Monday, you now come on Friday, say you want to apply for, most likely it would have closed, okay? It would have closed. So if you know you are actively seeking opportunities, be present in that group, engage, make it fun for others, and you know, just basically utilize all these extras that you are throwing in at the end of the testing. But you cannot be added to an internship community until you have done at least 70% of your assignments. Now, there are other products we have within the academy or at iTrain Africa. You can, what's it called? You can browse through them, whatever it is you need. We have these self-study ebooks and all that. We have the masterclasses. These masterclasses have now bonuses for anyone who takes the offer. We have 3 masterclasses. The goal setting, that goal setting, I feel like everybody should have access to it. It is one of my life secrets, let me put it that way, on how I do multiple things excellently. It's one of my life secrets, actually, is how I structure my life to achieve my goals. And is how I have also used it to build my business and succeed at it. I'm that person that I have if I have documents of a roadmap of this is what I'm doing for the next 5 years, the systems I've used to build it is what I thought on that thing. Like, it's not a goal setting kind of thing. It's simply like it's like how to actually build roadmaps for anything you want to do. Like, be strategic, long-term strategy on how to build long-term strategy and break them down into months, quarters, weeks, days, even hours. So I'm that person that can say, I want to get my curriculum into universities in 3 years, and I will have a roadmap of 3 years and break it down. And I will be knowing by the end of this quarter, if I've done this, that means I am achieving that thing in 3 years. Like, you know, first is a gift, because I think I've always said with that long-term planning, but then it is also a skill that I developed like over the years to be able to be strategic about planning and execution. So that goal setting is something I think everybody should have. Of course, if you are taking any offer, you have access to it for free. But if you are not taking any offer, it is $32,250 to get access. Of course, there's a LinkedIn content strategy. If you've not taken GOP, you can't take that course. You can't take that masterclass, because it's like, let me say, an aftermath of GOP. on how to plan your content for positioning and things like that. Then there's skills and experience monetization masterclass. A lot of people are always asking me, how did I transit from academia to then monetizing? I just basically delivered a masterclass in it in April, and that is, again, all those masterclasses are the same price, $32,250, in case you're not getting it as bonuses on offers. Now there's a business grant masterclass, business grant, not masterclass, is like a self-study course, and there's a statement of purpose. If you are going into academia and you've ever wondered how, to actually get scholarship, fully funded scholarship for PhD and all those things, I think that SOP course is for you. But there's no support on it. It's a self-study course. It's recorded, it's there. It has templates. It has template of how you write your personal statement, how you write your statement of purpose. It's a self-study course. Same thing with the grants, it's a self-study course. No support, but the knowledge is intact there. So, of course, GOP that Abubakar has talked about is there. Now, spotlight students. Every batch we do this. We get spotlight students. Spotlight students is basically that person who did the assignments, they watched their course, and they also supported others in the community. And Kingsley is the one that I don't know until this like this, I don't know whoever it is that Kingsley chooses. He does that. Of course, Kingsley alongside Mujib, because Mujib is the one person that is doing the assignment marking. Kingsley is the person who is supporting the community. So they reach a consensus and they speak. So the first spotlight student is Anebu Edith Chinoye. And she has worked with government organizations for 11 years before she retired and transitioned fully into tech. And she desires to make impact. And we are honoring you today because you meet all those criteria that I just mentioned. And the second spotlight person is Beryl Negesa Otieno, who is also a member of Batch 8. And we are spotlighting her today because of all the things I mentioned. Of course, for our spotlight students, it comes with a gift. So it comes with a gift. I think out of these 3 master classes, even if they don't upgrade, they can choose one out of the 3 master classes and they'll get free access to it. Meaning the goal setting master class, the LinkedIn content strategy master class, or the skills and experience monetization master class. They can choose one out of the 3. You just need to write to Skill for Work Academy Africa on the one you want out of the 3, and you'll be given access to it for free. Thank you so much for your testimonials. And please, it is time for you to go and drop your testimonials on. I know Kingsley has started to say, please drop us this thing. So ways that you can help us, please. Talk about your experiences where others can see them. That is on Google. Drop your Google reviews, talk about your experience. Please let others know about it. Talk about, print your flyers, talk about it on your LinkedIn. But please, you see this Google testimony is really extremely important for us. Extremely important for us. So please help us achieve this goal. Those are the ways you can give back. Kingsley is going to drop this link right now in this comment section and also on your group. It will continue to beg you for the next 1 week to fill this Google survey. It will only take about 2 minutes. In fact, what you want to say, talk it into ChatGPT or Meta AI on your WhatsApp. Let it type it for you. You don't have to sit down and type it, and you just have to copy and paste it and put it on Google. Please do us that favor. And now, secondly, post-program survey. Please, that one is extremely important for us. Why? Let me tell you how. For instance, you're on the MasterCard Foundation EdTech Fellowship. We did a pre-test to assess where you are. We are doing a post-test to assess where you are. We need this journey. We need to, we cannot say we are, doing impact work, people should come and support us, because the honest truth is, you see this subsidy on this program, it cannot even cover the operational costs of the organization. Do you understand? So again, we need, which is why we ask for this support. Can you support us? Can you do this thing to cushion this subsidy, whatever that we are giving on this program? Because in the actual sense of it, the amount of money it costs you to maintain the operations of an EdTech is actually a lot. As in, from paying for $600 this for automation, paying $1,000 this for that thing, it's actually a lot. And of course, there are humans running it that are earning. So please, I always say, whether I want to do impact or not, it does not mean it, like impact, it does not come for free. Let me put it that way. It requires money to fund. So whenever you say, how can you help us? I always say, do two things. I will go and use my skills to also people to support us, but I need to show them that this thing is actually making impact. Somebody that couldn't use Google can use Google at the end. That is how this post-program survey helps us. We need to show it. We cannot just be saying it is happening, right? We need to show that that particular impact is happening for people to continue to say they want to be supporting us and investing in us doing this impact work that we are doing. So help others benefit from it. Please, your referral, even if you don't join She-Ends, what is She-Ends that you can earn from it? Because I noticed that once people join She-Ends, people that would naturally be telling people before that, this thing, they'll just stop once they join She-Ends because they feel like it is work. So what is She-Ends? It's an initiative where people earn by getting others to be part of the program. Basically, 20% of 100K. If you tell somebody that joins the program and they pay through your affiliate link, 20% automatically comes to you through seller. It's that simple and basic. Like, so technically when the person pays through seller, through your link, we only get 80% of the money. You get 20% for encouraging the person to enroll through your link. That is what She-Ends is really about. Transparent process. We don't get the money. Seller divides the money in how it's supposed to be divided. We get our share, you get your share. No, where is my money kind of this thing, but you have to, join She-Ends network to be able to. But again, referrals are also very welcome. Tell another person how this has impacted your life. Now, we are then doing alumni series. We have a project that we have launched. We've had, I think, over 10 people show interest that we are going to be visiting them in their states. Please, we don't have that capacity for Nigeria, out of Nigeria yet, but we are trying to figure out the logistics of it. Let me put it that way. So within Nigeria, in any state you are, we are curating documentaries for our alumni, meaning we are getting videographers in your states to come to wherever it is you are to basically do a documentary of your journey in this program. So Kingsley will drop a link. I don't know whether it's Kingsley or Moina will drop a link to say if you are interested in being part of this documentary series, and if you are wondering how is this used. So for instance, MasterCard Foundation EdTech Fellowship is a global this thing, and they want to be able to see the impacts of what they do across the world. Let me give you a particular story. There was this impact story that MasterCard showcased of a woman who had the skill of doing art, fine art or something. She had been doing it, no money, in one old, over 60 or 70-year-old woman. Now, the woman joined part of their programs that they run. No, MasterCard Foundation has different programs that they run. This EdTech Fellowship is one of them. Now, they showed it in all those their banquets, whatever it is that they are doing, all those banquets in the world and everything. And people who were interested in art were like, oh, wow, they would like to buy this woman's art. Like, I'm sure not in that woman's dream will she have dreams that in her old age, she will start earning from what she just used to do for free. So for us, one of the things that, like in our documentary, like we've already started with some of our alumni right now, we asked like 10 different questions, like, basically tell us about yourself. And that is the time that people say, oh, this is what I like. There's one that we are recorded right now, like technically, guys, I'm a videographer, I'm a dancer, I'm a this, and it was showing his crafts, like how he does videography. So technically, it's like us even basically saying, this is who we have in our alumni. Something happened yesterday. Abubakar is here. On Friday, and I said, Abubakar, I want to, like the moment I read through his profile, like, Abubakar, I am sold. Let me hire you to do my website. And I wasn't joking. And it's not because I was, but I saw that, this is what he had capacity to do. If it was not on my program, if I did not read this, I wouldn't have known. And immediately he went to assess my website and I said, these are the things you need to correct. Right now, I've told him this week, once I get to my office, I'll tell my team, CEO, Abubakar can help us do this thing. Or maybe hopefully we can afford what he's going to bring to us. Do you understand? Like, do you understand? And those are the kind of things, because sometimes people say, I don't want to be. I say, please be a part of it, because you don't even know how far this can help. Like, you may think you're actually like helping, because at the end of the day, we are trying to use these videos to show people that their lives can change, so that their lives can change technically. But for you don't know how much just you showcasing what you have done yourself or what you used to do and how what you used to do has improved can actually help you. So if you're interested in these documentaries, you just need to fill a form. Say you are interested, we will contact you. And we'll let you know the modalities on how that recording will go and what we are thinking. Then we'll plan, in fact, it might even be you that will help us hire a videographer in your states that we will pay, and the videographer will record that documentary. We get the finished product. Of course, we'll show you the finished product when we see it. And as part of what we also submit to the MasterCard Foundation for the impact stories of the Workplace Fundamental Skills Program. If you're interested, just fill the form. We'll reach out to you once that project is, because we are still in the pilot phases where we are doing sample recordings and we are saying, okay, does this work? Does it not work? And there are some states that we will be visiting ourselves. We are visiting 5 states in Nigeria. We are doing Abuja, Enugu, Lagos, Port Harcourt, as in cities rather, and Ibadan. So Ibadan, Port Harcourt, Abuja, Enugu, and Lagos. If you are in those cities, we are doing EdTech festivals in those cities between the month of September to November. So if you are interested in 2 things, in being part of those EdTech festivals, as in coming to those EdTech festivals, if you're in any of those states, we'll send out the form to indicate your interest. Now, if you are interested in more than just coming to those EdTech festivals, our alumni, you are interested in being part of the planning committees for your cities, please, there's another form. So you will see like 3 different forms in your community for, I want to be part of the EdTech Festival as an attendee in my state. I want to be part of the EdTech Festival as a volunteer, as planning committee to make this successful in my city. And of course, the 3rd one is I want to be part of the alumni documentaries of the impact of what WFS is doing. So you can fill all 3 forms, do you understand? But anything that suits you there, let's know. And even if you're out of Nigeria, and you are interested in the documentary series of impact stories of alumni, fill the form. Like I said, we are trying to speak to the MasterCard and CC Hub team, because CC Hub is in different African countries. CC Hub is in Nairobi. CC Hub is in, they are in like 4 African countries right now. So we are trying to see how we can speak with the CC Hub team to help us in those other days. At least I know that in Nairobi they're there. So it means Kenya is out for us, and we know we can achieve it, right? So please, even if you are out of Nigeria, fill the form, because once we figure out the logistics, we'll be reaching out to you to say, oh, now we are ready for this particular documentary in your country. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. How do you get your certificate for WFS? We don't hold it. All you need to do is finish your course and click the complete button, and voila, you will be able to download your certificates. Kingsley, please ensure that by tomorrow, Aisha activates the certificate so that they can download it. I don't know whether it is Aisha. I think it's Aisha. Activate the certificate so that they can download it for their batch. If you can't download it yet, don't worry. Tomorrow it will be activated and you can download for your batch. But you have to complete your entire lessons and click complete for you to download your certificate. And to my team, Kingsley, Aisha, Mujib, Mohina, of course myself, I always say this, there is no vision without executioners. These are the executioners of the dream. These are the executioners of the mission and the vision that we carry at iTrain Africa. And I always say thank you for joining me in this impact work, because true and true, you could be doing something else with your time. It takes somebody who is actually impact oriented to work with me, because it is what it is. Like, it is what it is. Like this work we do, sometimes the amount of skill set, the amount of things I have, if I put it into fetching money for myself alone, do you understand? I would earn a lot in doing it, but we are all earning Nigerian money in the same salary range as Nigerian money to be able to deliver this impact to us. And I recognize that some of us have to do this work to ensure that we are contributing to Africa. So I always say, please help me tell them thank you for joining me in this impact work that is affecting you and, hopefully the rest of the Africans on this. And that is all the agenda I have from this. So we can take more of, let's hear from you, or just basically anything you want to say at this point. So yeah, that's my total agenda for this particular offboarding session. If you'd like to speak or anything, just use the raise hand button and you get unmuted. Okay, someone said, okay, there are questions. Hi, Doc, kindly, can you give quotation in dollars? Okay, Doc, I've given myself a nickname. In dollars, it's the same thing. So if I say something is 200,000, it is $200. If I say something like that is how we do conversion. So I think, let me go back to that particular screen that has this. So any price you see, just remove 10 from the back, and that's a dollar equivalent. That is how we do this. Okay, I think it's this one. I don't know for which slide you were asking it for, maybe this. So if you were asking it for this, so 200,000 means $200. 250,000 means $250. So if you are upgrading to the global, to the transition, like to the transitioners offer or global career path offer, which gives you access to one technical program, whether it is project management, product management, or content creation, you pay 200,000, you get access to the program, you get access to 2 bonuses of a masterclass and 1 mentorship club that lasts from August to September to be able to achieve whatever goal you want to achieve. Now, if you are a professional that already have work experience that you want to position and use to get like jobs or whatever opportunities immediately, I would advise you to upgrade to the GOP program, which ordinary is $268,750, which is like $269. But if you are taking this offer before 30th of August, it is $250K plus all these bonuses. Please take note that if you are after this, you can't get that offer and you pay $268K to get just GOP alone, no mentorship club, no 2 bonuses of those master classes. Please take note, that is the difference between taking it as an offer or not. Now, that is it. So 200,000 means $200, 250,000 means $250. And same thing goes for all this. So if you see the prices of this, like there's a dollar equivalent. So 268,000 or 269,000 means $269. 32,000 means $33. Like that. That's how. So 107,500 means $108 and like that. So that is how we do the conversion. So yeah, that's, I think, what was the next question in the comment section? Okay, sorry, Doc, I have to join on that meeting. Thank you for opening. You're welcome. Please, how can I get a goal setting and a postgraduate admission scholarship masterclass package? So you have to get them individually. So how do I explain this? So the goal setting is $33. I don't know if you're Nigerian, right? It's $33. Then the postgraduate admission is $108. This needs to be correct. It should be $108, not $129, right? So it should be $108. So $108 for the postgraduate one. $33 for the distance. So that's like 108 for 33. I don't know. Let's do the maths. So yeah, that's that. Let me take the last question in the comment section. Good evening, Doc. Have completed the course, but I'm still showing about 80% or I noticed that some didn't click automatically. I've tried several times, but didn't work. Kingsley, please, can you help me Austin sort out that particular thing? I repeated the lessons affected, but the box didn't tick automatically. Interesting. Thank you, Doc. It was a fantastic learning experience. I'll be taking the GOP when I'm done with the technical course. Fantastic. So yeah, I can see Edith. Edith, your hand is up. Please go ahead. I've taken all the questions in the.
Okay, good evening, Doc. Thank you for
evening.
everything. Even I am most delighted to stand as one of the spotlight students. I am very grateful, and your course is wholesome. I just have 2 questions. The first one is for someone that has paid for the global program, how do I upgrade? Yes, how do I upgrade to the GOP? I don't understand the difference, but I know I paid 300,000 for this soft skill.
The transitionals, okay, the transitionals program.
Yes,
so that means you paid for this WFS and the technical program. That's what you paid for.
Okay, ma'am. So how do I upgrade to GOP?
So GOP. So how do you upgrade to GOP? Please first confirm that you have work experience.
Yes, I have work experience. I have 11 years work experience.
Fantastic. And you want to work in that field?
No, I've retired from there. I've retired from the job. I want to be 100% self-employed, work for my own terms.
Because the thing about GOP is, it is not for a transitioner. Like, let me tell you how GOP works. GOP is such that the experience you have is what we will position to get opportunities. So someone like Abubakar, for instance, he had worked in another field, but then he recently started the GOP program, the product management program. Product management as a career. So he was saying that he had barely 3 years of experience, but I said 3 years is enough. So he's not in your category of he's just transitioning into products. No, he has transitioned, he has done work as a junior person. Then as he was doing the work, his lead left and he had to step up. So he had experience that we could work with. It may have been technically small, but it was enough to work on GOP. So GOP works with experience. So if you are transitioning, I don't always advise you to upgrade to GOP because it will mean that we are positioning your previous experience because that is where you have results. So the PPP framework works with the results you bring to the table. We just help you extract it and package it in such a way that it becomes valuable, right? So if you don't have results in the thing you want to get opportunities in, we don't advise you to get on GOP. So I'm sure that is why we advise you to get on that transitional program. That, okay, go and study the course first. Use the course to execute projects. Get small experience in that thing. Then we cannot come and start using GOP to amplify it, right? So basically, you are a beginner in the new field, and we don't encourage GOP to get on beginners to get on GOP.
Okay, I understand, Ma. Then the second question is, when I completed the course, I've completed the workplace fundamental skill program. When I completed it, my certificate was showing batch 7. Kingsley noted it, and then he made the correction for maybe for the rest of the people. But how do I get my new certificate now to be the batch 8? Should I just make do with the batch 7?
If I get you correctly, you studied WFS on batch 7.
No. I'm in this batch 8. But when I was done with my lesson, when I completed it, when it was 100% completed, I clicked to generate my certificate.
And it was reading batch 7. Oh, that's an error.
Ma'am.
It simply means that whether it is Kingsley or Aisha, one person did not do their job technically. Maybe they did not correct that certificate to batch 8 instead of batch 7. So please, tomorrow they would fix the job, as in they will fix that certificate to read batch 8. And you can download your certificate to read batch 8. Kingsley, please take note of that. I don't know whether it is Aisha or whoever it is that is to correct it. They need to correct that certificate to batch 8, and then you can re-download. And Kingsley, make sure you announce it on the community when that correction has been done. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Ajara, please go ahead. Ajara, please go ahead.
Good day, everyone. Thank you so much, Doc, for this wonderful experience. So my question is about, like, from everything that we've learned, transitioning from one career to another, like it would work if like I have some of the skills. How did you transition? Because you said you were in chemistry or microbiology or something like that before you now came and moved into program. Hello, ma? Program coordinate. I think program coordination or something like that.
Yes.
So how will your like your CV, LinkedIn, and all those things, how will I be able to like join it without like now you're talking about us going into stuff like virtual assistants if we want to start working now, but my job experience is in a total different field and I want to
get that job?
Yes,
fantastic question. Low entry barrier jobs does not need LinkedIn positioning. It needs you to have a LinkedIn profile. It does not need LinkedIn positioning. Positioning occurs when you have to attract opportunities that are kind of, they have relative, what I call premium opportunities. But if you're applying for a job that is like an entry-level job, you don't need a premium LinkedIn profile because it's an easy, low barrier job. What you simply then need to do is execute, which is why I taught basic LinkedIn on the WFS. I taught basic LinkedIn for anyone that wants to get into LinkedIn for entry-level stuff. Like, go and do these basic things on your LinkedIn, you are fine. Where doing comprehensive work on LinkedIn comes in is when you are trying to do product management kind of this thing. You have to showcase experience because those things require expertise in that field. Virtual assistant does not require it. It is a transfer. You use transferable skill sets to deliver it. It is a transferable skill set. Anybody that has done remote work of any kind can become a virtual assistant. Do you understand? So it is not a high income or a high barrier or a high or niche skill set that you're using doing it. Just by going to your LinkedIn and putting, like, just follow that lesson I thought of it, and putting all these skills of, like, let me say, what's it called? Meeting organization, all the skill sets. My advice, go to LinkedIn, look for any virtual assistant work. Look for 5. By the time you assess 5 in the UK time zone and in the US time zone, look for 3 in US time zone, look for 3 in UK time zone. In the same industry, in the industry you want to work, because virtual assistant still has industry. You can be a virtual assistant in the edtech space. You can be a virtual. So my advice, look for the industry you would rather be in and look for virtual assistant openings in that industry. Is it edtech? Is it pharmaceuticals? Is it FMCG? Look for the industry, because if you click on virtual assistant now, there can be 1,000 openings. 1,000, what am I even saying 1,000? 10,000 openings. You will now decide, okay, out of this virtual assistant work, where do I want to do the virtual assistance? In tech, in FMCG, in this, because it will determine the tasks you will carry out. If you are doing virtual assistance in an HR or hiring company, the kind of tasks you'll be doing will be like, let me say, creating, like when they want to onboard a new staff, you'll be in charge of creating all the documents, all their folders, setting them up, getting them into company profiles. Do you understand? You'll be doing HR related assistantship. If, for instance, you are doing assistance in my this thing, do you know the kind of work my EA does? Anything that has to do with marketing that I undo, she must know how to do it, because she will be able to assist me. Like this morning, she'll send a message to say, "Ma, I have updated the sales page to say it now has gone back to the one of before for lead generation," meaning I can delegate all those kind of tasks to her. So technically, somebody that has not done virtual assistance in the edtech space cannot do what she's doing, because what she's assisting me with are things that are related to the kind of work I do. So you need to now ask yourself, which industry or who do I want to be supporting? It will determine the nature of the job you would do. So that is the first thing you need to determine. The moment you determine which one do I want to assist people in the pharmaceutical, assist people in the HR, then you narrow that job search down on LinkedIn. Because it's virtual assistant work, by the time you look at 6, you will see the common skills all of them are requiring. Copy out those common skills. Fill it on your LinkedIn, about between 20, maximum of 25. By the time you check out 6 jobs, you will see the common skills all of them are asking. At least 10 or 15 of those skills will match for virtual assistants. Carry out those 15, put it. Then you now look for extra 5 that has to do with the industry. Let's say, for instance, you want to do virtual assistants in the edtech space. For me, the kind of things you can now start adding, because you are doing it in the edtech space, can now be ability to create curriculum once, because you are doing education, right? So you will now look for the industry-specific skills. You add it to make up 20 or 25, and you are good. So you now start to apply for virtual assistants in that industry. So first look for 15 skills that every virtual assistant must have. Then the remaining should then be specific to the industry you want to virtual assistants in. The moment you do that with your basic LinkedIn knowledge I taught you on that thing, you are good. Just go and use that self-selling thing that I taught you in that module. That how to pitch. Get into somebody's inbox that you have seen that this thing. Sell it and you are good. Like, I have seen it happen batch in, batch out. They use that same scripts. Phew, they are good. Do you understand? So it is a low entry job. It is a low barrier thing. So you don't need fancy LinkedIn profile that is really heavy on optimization and everything like that. So why do you still need LinkedIn when you are applying for this low barrier job? It is because they need to check you out. If you are a fraud or you're a real human being or you even have any presence at all on LinkedIn, they need to check you out. So you need to at least make it decent. Make it decent, like profile picture, header. Don't let it be empty. All those basic things needs to be there first. But that's basically it. Once those basic things are there, apply. As in shoots, apply. That's what I would advise you to do. No need for long things. I hope that
Thank you
helps.
so much. Yes, thank you so much, Mike. It really does.
Yeah. So the Ephraim, I think you asked, how can you get those other products? So for all our products, you can get them in, what's it called? iTrain Africa, our products. Any product you are looking for. Good evening, Doc. I am registered for strategic goal setting. Can I upgrade to GOP program? Please, MBI, do you have experience? And the experience you have, do you want to work in it? I think maybe you should unmute yourself. I don't know if you're able to unmute yourself.
Yeah, good evening, Doc.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, actually, I have about 15 years experience in the aviation industry.
Okay.
Yeah, that's 15 years experience in the aviation industry, and then 7 years experience in sales. I'm
So you
actually
are not
sales.
pivoting. You are not pivoting. You want to get
No,
things
no.
in that field. So
Exactly.
you can definitely get on the GOP. So for you, the two bonuses, since you already have the this thing, the two bonuses you will get will be the other workshops. The two
All right.
other workshops. You get access to the LinkedIn content strategy and the skills and experience. So you will not get this. So you get these two other bonuses, and of course the mentorship club. You can upgrade to the GOP. So far you are not transitioning to another team and you have experience, you can get on GOP. So again, if you want to get on this batch of the mentorship club, I would advise you upgrade like as soon as possible, because the mentorship challenge is starting tomorrow in the mentorship club. Exactly. So if you want to be part of the mentorship club from the beginning, I would advise you upgrade. You may not even start studying the GOP immediately, but just so that you can get into the mentorship club, I would advise you upgrade within the week so that you can help them start the activities for the entire 2 months timeline. So yeah.
Okay, doctor.
So just take note that if you upgrade, just indicates that out of these three workshops, you want this two. You want the skills and experience monetization masterclass and LinkedIn content strategy masterclass as the bonuses, of course, in addition to the mentorship club. So yeah. And I am not sure. Somebody asked me, okay, that will be all. Somebody asked me where they can find what's it called? Our products, right? So if you just visit itrainafrica.com/our products, let me share that screen. Any of these offers I have put on the screen, not no, your alumni offer is not there. Like your alumni offer is only, I only mentioned it here. You won't find it on our website, this alumni offer. It's not like we only mentioned it now at the offboarding. So please take notes. I know maybe Kingsley will, I don't know how Muina wants to do it. Maybe Muina will write a text and send it to your community and communicate, or send it via email to you to reiterate this alumni offer when it expires and how you can get into this mentorship club. But you cannot find the alumni offer on our website. It is full price on our website. But if it is any other thing I mentioned, like let me see any of those workshops, you want to get any of those workshops, ebooks, anything, you can come here and you would find it. Like you'll find any of these workshops, you'll find it, or programs, you'll find it on our product, itrainafrica.com/our product. So for instance, if it is, let me find that SOP now. That SOP, this is it. Write your statement of purpose. Like if you click it, it will take you to enroll in this self-paced course. It will take you to, like, let me say the sales page, and you can just click and go and buy the products, right? To take you to the sales page, I want this, and you can go and buy the products of the, on seller. This is where it will take you to. Can you see it? That's 100K, of course, plus VAT 107,500. So you can pick up any of those courses by just visiting. And in fact, even if you want to tell anybody about all our products and you're not even sure of what is this, what is that, all our products are listed on that one page, like itrainafrica.com, our products, OURPRODUCTS. So if you are confused about where do I find anything at iTrain Africa, our products. And in fact, if you go to our home page too, it can lead you to our products, like home page of iTrain Africa. Just this home page like this. Sorry. This home page can lead you to our products. Like if you come here and you click on our courses, right? It will take you to our products page. Like all our products are on this thing. So you can go either way, home page, click on our courses, or you just type our products and you get to access all the things we have. Now, Zeno, please go ahead.
Good evening, Doctor.
Evening.
Thank you so much for this noble program you set up. It's rare. It's a rare gem. And I thank God for the opportunity to discover this rare gem. In fact, I lack words to express my gratitude to you for this wonderful impact you are making on Africans. So so far, the program, the technical skills you asked us that you are giving discounts on, I've upgraded to it. What I chose is the content and social media because I intend doing a career switch by the grace of God. So I want to find out, I've already paid. I want to reconfirm the dates because initially they said they start in September. So I want to reconfirm.
Yes. It is now in November. I think we made that, we had the meeting around it this past week and realized that that programming timeline won't work because of the other programs that we have in existence and the batches that will not have finished. How do I mean? So we have WFS that is starting in October. For the people that are currently paying now, it's starting in October. And we typically let technical skill follow the WFS. So technically, we cannot start that batch until after that batch has almost finished or they finish, and they are not starting until first week of October. That's the next batch. So it means that we need to start it shortly after that one is finishing or shortly before it finishes. So we had to move the date to November 8th because if they start October 1, by November 8th, that's the last week of WFS. And people can then pick up and finish technical program before the end of the year and use it to this thing. But the thing about technical program is we always give access to the courses. Go and start self-studying. It is the mentors sessions that needs to happen as a group because the mentors, we have to bring them, pay them to offer those mentorship supports week in, week out on the technical program. So that is what is starting in November. So the course you have access, you can start self-studying on the courses to learn. So please take note of that. It's November that is now started. And it was even yesterday that we finalized on the date. Yeah, yesterday or maybe 2 days ago, we finalized on the date of November 8th for the start of the next technical school.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Noted, man. So are there any offers? You made mention of some of them having you attach offers to them, such as masterclass or whatever. I didn't get that part.
People that paid for, I don't know, when you paid for WFS, you paid for the technical program too, right?
No, I paid. No, I didn't pay together. It was shortly a few weeks after they advertised, so I quickly keyed in, paid. So I paid.
You paid for them separately?
Yes, separately, because I didn't learn about it until after I had enrolled for WFS.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Oh. I think Moina has one offer like that for someone like you. I think you get access to the mentorship program, but you don't get access to the something. I said, I don't know how as she explained it to me. I don't know if Moina is on this call, but the way she explained it to me is for people that paid separately that are still in this batch, they get, because I know somebody paid us this week. Someone paid us. How did you get to learn about it? Via email?
Yes, ma.
If it is, as in you got a series of email after you were enrolled, right? So it means that you also still get this offer. If you got it via email, because whether you got it via live workshop or you got it via email, you get the bonuses. Just send Moina an email. You get the bonuses. If you enrolled within 2 weeks of when you started this program for technical program, you get the bonuses.
Please, ma.
I know that if you got it via email and it was within 2 weeks of when you started WFS, you get the bonuses. You get the workshop bonuses and the mentorship club. She just needs to confirm that you got it within 2 weeks of when you enrolled for WFS. Once you have enrolled within 2 weeks, you get those bonuses. So it is similar to this alumni offer. You get it within this thing. Yeah, I think that's what. Yeah. So you just send her a message on on what's it called? On
WhatsApp.
WhatsApp. Yes, exactly. That you enrolled for technical program within 2 weeks of signing WFS. That then you will need access to your bonuses and the mentorship club. Please do it. You can even do it now. She may not respond now. She may respond tomorrow. So she can add you to the mentorship club tomorrow so that you can be part of the activities that start tomorrow.
Okay, that would be great. Thank you so much, Ma. I appreciate.
You're welcome. So, if there are no other questions, I think, or comments, questions, or anything, it will be a safe place for me to then hand over to Kingsley to, I think he typically has one or two things to say at the end of this program. So I'll just hand over to Kingsley. But from me, thank you so much for coming on this journey with me. Please fill our post program, fill our survey, do our Google review, and please be part of our upcoming series, our alumni series. Our target is to do 50 documentaries before 2025 elapse. Right, that's our target, 50 of our alumni. We want to document the stories. We want to change the narrative in Africa, and it can help us. We want to show the faces of the diversity of Africa. Like somebody is in Kenya, somebody is in Nigeria, in Sokoto, somebody is in Osun State, someone is in Lagos. Like we want to show the diversity and how inclusive these programs are. And we want to show you as being part of this journey. So please help us fill those forms. And on that note, I say thank you so much and enjoy the rest of your week ahead. Kingsley, please, over to you. Kingsley, where are you?
All right, thank you, Doctor.
Okay.
And once again, congratulations to everyone on your program completion. So before we close the session, I'm going to attend to some of the questions. The first question is for the course completion, not being able to round up to the total number for your course progress. Please, Austin, I will advise that you tick those boxes when you are done watching your course. Manually tick them. But I read your message. You mentioned something automatically. So I don't think it's programmed to work that way. So manually tick those boxes when you are done watching your course so that your course progress will go up. Then the next question is for the certificate issue that has been resolved. So nobody is going to get Part 7 certificate anymore. That has been resolved. Then lastly, I'm going to bring to our notice our graduation offboarding tasks that I posted on the Telegram session. The first one, which is the post-test survey, please, it's very important. Fill the post-test survey when you are done with your program, when you are done with your course. Then the next one is the flyer. Go on the link and edit any of the flyer. We have over 111 copies of flyers. They pick anyone and edit, then download exactly the page you edited. So if you edit page 10, when you are downloading, make sure that you select only page 10, because if you go and select all, you're going to download the whole 111 pages. Then the next one is Google review, which the link I've also dropped there on the Telegram. So please click the link, go on Google and drop a review. Then another thing I'm going to mention is our support week. So like we all do, we have extra 2 weeks support to assist students that have not completed their programs. Then some other students that had health issue, some from Cameroon, and I think I have 2 students that complain of health issue and just joining us right last week. So to encourage them, we have extra 2 weeks support. You can drop a message on Telegram and I will attend to it. And if I'm missing anything, I will also drop that in the community as well. So thank you and congratulations on your course completion. That's all for me for now. So any other message can be direct to the Telegram channel where I attend to it from there. Thank you. Okay, so
That's all for me. Doctor, I think we are good now. Okay, I think doctor is not. All right, we'll call the meeting to a close, and wish you all a very good evening, and enjoy your new week. Take care. So you can unmute yourself and say goodbye. Every other communication should channel to the Telegram channel.
Goodbye.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye bye. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Goodbye. Bye bye, everyone. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.